So hi everybody and welcome back to the Unreal Engine 5 full game tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 16 and in this video I want to talk about the game instance. A game instance is similar to our save game, and the only difference is you are not saving the game instance to a file. It is only saved during the game, which means you can switch levels and the data still remains. It is not deleted. In comparison, if you would use a blueprint, you would switch a level or a map. It's then all the data what you set in the blueprint will be resetted, and that's not the case with a game instance, and that's why many people use a game instance while they are running a game. The game instance on the other side will also delete it when you shut down the game, which means all the data will be resetted. So you can use it only during the game, and comparison to save game, what we talked in our last video, you can use it all time because you can load all the data from the disk again. So the question is then why we should use a game instance instead of a save file, and the reason for that is probably because of performance, because low open up file, saving to file, and then getting it from the file has a little bit more performance impact than the game instance, because the game instance is just built in Unreal Engine. You just call it directly. But there is another reason. For example, you don't need to save everything during the game on a save file. There are many temporary files which you need only while you are running your game, and then you put them fast in the game instance and call it from there, and it's really easy and handy. So that's for the game instance intro. There is one more question. Can you avoid game instance? Yes, you can. Like I said, the save game is similar and is even a little bit better. The only downside, performance, because you have to load and save everything to the file if you are changing anything and want to keep this in the next file. But okay, with that, we are using now a game instance, and let's get started. First of all, how we can use a game instance. Let's create one to use one. So we go here to our content folder, to our game, and then right click, new folder, and create this game instance folder here. I already created one. I open it up, and then here right click to blueprint class, and then you drop down here, and then right here game instance. And then it pops up, and here the first one will take, the other one are pre-made. We don't need that, so we'll select this one and then call it what you like. I call it GI for game instance underscore, and let's say here my game instance. It's my. So very good. Save this one, open this one up, and then dock it here on top. And then you can see when you open up the game instance, it looks similar to our blueprint or to the game mode. And we know a blueprint, for example, this widget blueprint here, will lose every data after the level switch, but variables set, but this game instance not. But of course we have to add variables where we want to save our data. So we go here on the left side, go down here to the variables, make a plus, and let's say I want to save my map name and score. For that I call GI. GI you don't have to, this is just a convention, so I see this is the game instance variable, and that's why I call it GI underscore level, for example, for level, and that would be a string. And again for score, GI game instance from score, and here let's make it an int. All right, and then I make here compile save, and that was it. Here I will just save my variables. Then after that one, you go back here, we have to set this game instance which we just created to the game instance of this game here, because every game has a default game instance. There is only one which is created all time and shut down when you shut down your game. And for that we go here to the file, and to edit, and then here in project settings you click on it, and here in maps and mods, you click on this one, and on the bottom you can see here game instance, and here you change it to you want. By default it should be game instance here, and then here I select my game instance, and then that was it. So now this game is using my game instance, and I can use it all time. And the next question is how we use it. So like I said, it's the similar like our load save file. If you want save files to the game instance, then you call the game instance and set the variables in the game instance. And if you want load file from the game instance, then you call again the game instance and load the files from the game instance. And this kind of thing you are doing all time when you make a level switch, because game instance, like I said, is not destroyed during level switch. If you change the map, then it's not destroyed, and you can use this variable. So let's make here a demonstration. Let's get to our widget blueprint, which we already created. And in our widget blueprint, let's open up our function, which is calling our save load file, because here in our widget blueprint, when I click here play, I want play it from the point where I last time stopped. If not, I want make just new, that we already know. And then here I go to this place where I load these files. But this is our load system, and interesting about this load system is when I continue from the point where I want where I stopped last time, I need to load this information also to my game instance. So for example, here is the check if there is a save game. If yes, that was the true part here. And then we are loading it, right? And now we can add our game instance load as well here. And why we are doing this? Because I want go on from this one, and I need all the informations in my game instance as well. So this is just so that you see where we can use it. And let's say I add it here in front before I open the level to demonstrate you. Of course you can make this after the level, I think, as well, but let's do it all before the level, because then I can demonstrate you that the data is not lost. All right, let's do it here. So how we can call the game instance? First of all, you right click, and because the game instance is globally, you call it with, you can write here game instance, and then, write get game instance. This is the general game instance. With this function here, you call all time the default one, so the general one, not the default one. You call all time the general game instance class, and then you have to cast it again to your specific, because like you saw before, there could be different kind of game instance, so you cast it to your created one. So mine was GI, and you see when I write here GI, it is not finding this search, and that was the thing what I told you with this underscore. It's not all time working, and instead still write it, because the backside, and now it works. Okay, cast to GI game instance. Okay, and then when you have your game instance here, then you can connect this one, and then you can first of all here make, if you like, make here again, promote this to a variable, because we like all time to have a variable. Again, if this one is annoying you, just make here double click for reroute road, so the other line is not interrupting you too much, or just use here the variable from here. But anyway, let's continue here. So now I have my game instance, and I want now, you can see this one here is loading the file, and this one is then opening up the level with the level name here. This one I get from my save file. Here I have something like level here, and here I have also level. And then I go first to my game instance, say level. I want set level, and this is my level. And now I want to set it from this one. Let's make here a reroute node as well. And you can see, select this one, straighten so that it looks okay. And now I want to set this level. First of all, you get level from the save game. Let's get it. Level. This time I get it. And this one I connect here because this one is setting now. So what I'm doing right now here is I get it from the save game and set it to my game instance, so that game instance has now the default, the start values as well. And now let's say that's enough for us. And let's connect this one. Let's make here like old time I'll comment, so we know what we are doing here. Comment adding values to game instance. All right, and then again this one. So just we are adding just values, for example, from the save game in this case. Later you are adding from the game, and then that's enough for this one. And we can compile, we can save. And then when the game level here is opened, then this level name is saved. And what you can do then again later when this level is open, for example, you can check this level to trigger any function. For example, you can say if this level, you can see here on top, we made a level comparison. You can do there also something if you need this. Normally you would need more the score instead of the level, because the level is needed for the game mode, because he is doing most times something with that. But let's say you have here also the score, then you would just add the score to the level. And yeah, I think this kind of stuff you can figure out very easy, but I want to show you also fast how to set the value. Actually, setting the value with the game instance is the same like here, so I think you will get it. So what you are doing later when you open up, for example, a level, then you are just doing the same like here. Get game instance, cast to your this one, or you make even this one global so that you have all time access to it and don't need all time a casting. And then what you can do is here, instead of setting it, then you are just loading it. So you get, for example, let's say score, we have set score just for fun, get score. So this was saved, let's say here in this level, and then we changed level, and now we have to add the score in the next level. Then I have the score from here, and then I can add it to my score system if I have one. So you can see setting and getting, this is the only thing what you do. And you can see also it's similar to our save load game. So it's the absolute the same thing. You just get it and then load the file or save the file. And the only difference again to this one is here we have it both here. This one, after you shut down your game, this data what you have saved here in the game instance, for example, this level name, here I set this level name here in my game instance, this will set back to default, which means this one is deleted. On the other hand, my save load file, which I have talked here, we are saving it to a slot, to this one. In my case, this save slot game, and I call it from the slot name, which means I can get it all time. That's why the save game is a little bit more powerful, because you can save every data what you want and get it back. But like I said, for performance costs, this one is more efficient, and there are many temporary files which you even don't need to save, which you are putting then later here in this game instance. All right, I think that was it for the game instance so far. If you have any questions or any suggestions, just write it in the comment sections like all time, and have fun and never give up, and bye.